Hi guys, got the question, how do we add a 3% credit card processing fee to this in case somebody wants to pay that credit card processing fee? Like, how do we add it automatically to the invoice? There's a lot of ways to do it, but I would probably do it on the invoice here. This is my copy of the wide format pricing calculator. I'd go here and I would say something like cash invoice total or cash discount invoice total. I might say that there. And then of course, since I start editing things, it's going to give me this heads up. I'm going to say, don't show this again for 5 minutes. What's happening here is this is being cut off. So I actually want to grab a few of these and let's merge these cells. And that kind of opens that up so that I have that room there. And then down here, let's add a automatic calculation for a 3%. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do equals, and then I'm going to put in quotes, total if paid with CC, or you could type out credit card if you want, and then a space, which is kind of funny there, and then a quote. And this is just text is what it's going to do. And then I'm going to use an ampersand there, the and. I'm going to click this cell, which is the total, so that I-34 times 1.03, which is going to multiply, it's going to add 3% if I multiply that total by times 1.03. And then I'm just going to hit enter and see what that does. And so, of course, that looks funny. So the first thing I'm going to do is justify that to the left so that I can actually see it. Okay, and so I'm getting closer. $191.82 is correct. That's 3% more than 186, but it doesn't look very nice. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to modify this. I'm going to make some changes to this formula, and I'm going to say round. Okay, and then comma 2. And what this is going to do is this is going to round this to 2 decimal places. Okay, I'm going to hit enter and see what that looks like. There we go. And so total if paid with credit card, $191.82. I would still I'd like a dollar sign there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it after my space right here. So add the dollar sign. So it's total if paid with credit card, CC, space, dollar sign, and then it's going to add that math, that total there. So if I hit enter, okay, total if paid with credit card, $191.82. So then I can hit maybe an italic just to format it so I like it better. And there you go. So now I have total if paid with credit card, $191.82. Let's just go change some numbers here. It's 20 frames. Let's say it's an hour of design. I want to change the number pretty significantly. There we go. 260, 18% sales tax. Total if paid with cash, $278.84. And then there's the discount with the credit card. Really, the math you're looking for is to grab that total, whatever that's in that cell total, and then you multiply it times 1.03, which would be a 3% total. If you do it, let's say you do a 4% credit card fee, it'd be 4% there. You know, you could do it that way. You could add it here. You could actually insert it here if you wanted to, so it always has that credit card. And then you could do a reverse where you do the cash down here. You just got to play with the math a little bit and mess with this. Another thing that you can do is if you've done a whole bunch of work on this wide format calculator and you're afraid you might mess something up, you can actually go down and duplicate this whole invoice here. And then you can make your changes to the duplicate. And that way you've got the original in case you mess it up and you need to go back and reference it. There's so much you can do. You just got to play with it. All it is Google Sheets. You just get in and play with it and get good at using it. I appreciate you watching. Good luck.